Welcome to That Didn't Work.
That didn't work.
Welcome to Urban Stars. I'm your GM and your host, Percy.
And I'm Mike, and I'm playing a Nemoidian by the name of Udel Ilvi.
I'm Daniel. I'm playing a human by the name of Caltane.
Howdy, I'm Rick, and I'll be playing a Verpine named Click.
And I'm Jason, playing a human named Luica, also known as Zerial Benassi Denduptaniel.
Welcome back to Urban Stars. When we last met with the crew of the Rusty Sea Bucket, a.k.a. the Starship Enema, a.k.a. the...
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
I always forget that one. You guys got together on the ship, the old Jedi training vessel, and began exploring it. Udel and Luica followed a strange hooded figure that Luica could not see up to a door that they opened with Udel's mighty robot arms and force power to reveal that this hooded figure is actually a real-life person who has been in some way chained to the ship to sort of power it in a strange way. Meanwhile, the rest of the crew, Igor, Dantoon, and Kaklik found a grand library full of all kinds of scrolls, paper, books, and a few holocrons, and they were able to download that information onto Igor's memory banks. That's kind of where we left off. I do want to take a second just to let people who are listening know Caltane is going to be an NPC now. So we're actually not going to shift back to Terrace to see what he's up to. I'm going to kind of take him over, and we're going to you'll just see him when we see him as if he were an NPC. Daniel's had a ton of fun playing Dantoon in these NPC roles, and we decided to go ahead and make him a full-on player character. So we found some Rakatan stats online, and we're able to use those to create Dantoon. You're a mystic, right?
Yeah, I'm a mystic magus.
Okay. So we love having Dantoon in the party. He's a ton of fun. I'm very excited. And this means that the whole party is together, which means we don't have to do any more screen wipes to other people. As much as I love party splits, I think I'm going to refrain from 5-player party splits from now on.
Well, we are split. Some are on the bridge and some are in the library.
Yeah, but it's only a 2-way party split. It's not 5 ways.
There's a crack right down the middle.
That's right.
Of course.
Got a crack in the party. Cool. So let's go ahead and shift into Udel and Luica, your scene. The figure before you is kind of sheathed in this blue light that's coming from his bindings on his arms, legs, and neck. He's already a blue creature, so that doesn't seem strange at all, but you see that he is mostly naked except for small bits of clothing covering his extremities, meaning just his eyeballs. It's fine. That was a joke, guys. You did not bite on it at all.
It wasn't interfacing.
It wasn't interfacing.
We've now become numb to all other forms of humor, and only interfacing jokes are funny.
Only interfacing jokes were. That's great. So he's suspended in these bindings, and some sort of force energy is kind of holding him there. As you look closer, the bindings aren't actually connected to anything. He's kind of floating in this sort of apparatus above this center part of this, what you assume to be the bridge of the ship, but it doesn't have your traditional control points that you would see on any other capital ship. It's kind of got this thing, and that's mostly it.
Does he look awake and cognizant of us? He just looks like he's the core processor, if you will.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to look back at the door where I saw his vision and
He's
see
still
if
there.
he's still there. What is this?
This is me.
Well, I see this as you, but what is this machine? What is happening? How are you trapped?
I was the master to a group of students aboard Chu'Unthor. We were hurtling through the galaxy at high speeds as we normally did. We were a portable trading vessel. Long ago, thousands of years ago, working with the Jedi in their prime. I was a traveling master that would train young Padawans on the go into knights. At the time, we were still at war with the Sith. One day we were hurtled out of our hyperspace lane by another ship, an asteroid, a gravitational pull, I'm not really sure. But we were thrown to the ground here on what I assume to be Rakata Prime. And here the Rakatans slaughtered the children, the knights, every last one, and left me alone here to presumably rot in this timeless prison.
That doesn't make any sense. I mean, how this wreck has been here for hundreds, if not thousands of cycles. How are you still alive?
The force energy that flows around the ship and through me keeps me sustained on the natural hydration and food that surrounds us. I literally live like a plant right now, consuming water as it falls upon Chu'Unthor and consuming nutrients through food as it grows up through her wires.
Well, how do we free you?
If I knew that, do you think I would still be here?
Well, you don't look like you're in a position to be able to take care of yourself with this, so how did they lock you in this?
I am the primary processor. Though I am master of the force sensitives on the ship, I also power and propel it forward. I am the pilot. I am the entire bridge crew. So when the Rakatans aborted Chu'Unthor and slaughtered everyone else aboard, they deigned to leave me because I could not escape without somebody to release the mechanism. It takes significant force energy to be able to unloose the bindings.
Well, I don't know if we have a way to do that. We could try.
Do you understand the force?
Not truly.
Well, I suppose that's a good philosophical question for any Jedi. I don't truly understand it either. And I'm a master.
Well, you're the second one I've met so far.
Who else have you met?
Well, the Rakatan that gave me this visor said he was a master.
Rakatan?
Yes, Rakatan.
They have... The Rakatans gave you some sort of gift? Do you work for them?
No, I don't work for them. I was blind and they took pity on me. I can only say it was a Rakatan, but... and said that this visor was a gift.
Did you get the name of the being that gave you that visor?
And as a player, I am very ashamed that I did not write the said information down.
Arroh. Arroh.
All right, back into Star Wars. Our conversation was brief, but era? Something about the Empire?
Yes. The Rakatan Infinite Empire. It is strange that after thousands of years, Era would be able to strike you down. Or sorry, let me... Era would be able to give you a gift of such magnitude considering how very dead he is.
No, he was very much alive.
I slew him myself. watched him fall in pieces off the face of a cliff.
Well, now I'm really confused. I didn't just will this into existence.
Era died on Dantoon. He was not even here when he perished.
Era was in the temple.
Many things are troubling me now. Please, if Era has taught you anything of the Force, please release me from these bindings, and I will help you regain whatever sanity you may have left before he is able to take you over. Before he is able to make you his puppet. For that is what Era does.
Well, no one's making me a puppet. But I also can't leave you here alone. Thank you, Rick. For those on the podcast, he's over there pointing at the dark side pips that Percy keeps racking up for me. So I'll reach over and see if I can start trying to force the bindings apart.
Yeah, roll me a athletics check with your 2 force dice.
Difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be formidable, which means it's daunting. Sorry. Impossible. Which means it's formidable and you have to spend a force point to do it. So 5 yellow dice.
5 yellow or 5 red?
Or
5 purples.
5 purple.
The purple dice.
All right, spend them spend a point.
We're running out of points.
This is all a giant setup. 2 more dark side points. I hate you, dice. I hate you.
Would you like to reroll
Do you
some
want
of
to?
those?
Do you want to roll one of your force dice to try to re-roll?
No, I'm successful. I just have a crap ton of threat.
Ooh, you successful.
So that was actually 2 fails before it flipped. I am successful, but I have 4 threat.
4 threat.
4 threat.
So you are able to pry off the binding on his left hand, but it starts to kind of burn your hands as you pry it apart. You feel again this energy course through your body and into the cybernetics as you peel these bindings off of his hand, and you're going to take 4 strain.
Did Luica hear the entire conversation or just the one-way
You heard his end of it.
That's what I wanted to confirm before I got into things. I see Udel kind of reach out.
And you kind of yell as you peel this off because it hurts quite a bit.
I'm gonna look at Udel and like, what are you doing?
Do we hear him yelling?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna start making my way towards the sound.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go, what are you doing? What?
We still got a few hours of download. You can't leave.
It really only takes a few minutes.
What are you trying to do, Udel?
Luica, you're just going to have to trust me. Help me. Grab this binding. Help me pull. I'd like to make a leadership check with an influence.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm gonna help him no matter what. I don't think he needs to roll that because I would take his advice. I mean, I would pause for a minute, but I would help him.
Okay. What would influence do differently than getting him to help you?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, cool. Then if he's willing to just do it, you don't have to use the power.
No.
Unless you just really want to, like, exert your power onto him or her.
No, not at the moment. I mean...
Not yet. I haven't rolled enough dark side points.
Maybe later tonight. But.
It's more... I mean, I may question it. I may say, well, what are we trying to release him? What's going on? But sure. I would still, like, get up, or not get up, but I would be close by and I would start, like, reaching out to help. But meanwhile, having the conversation.
Okay, cool. So you guys both of you roll athletics checks with your force dice. Actually, do you have any... Sorry, you're assisting, so you don't need to do that.
That just gives me a boost.
Do you have higher ranks? Do you have any ranks in athletics?
Yes.
Nope. So that'll actually give you ranks in athletics to roll. How many ranks do you have?
1.
Okay, cool.
We've got the same brawn. I just have ranks in athletics.
Yeah, and because Luica is helping, I'm going to let you roll her force die as a part of it. I'm going to allow it.
Thank you, Percy.
But you don't have to flip a light side point. It's just 5 purple dice.
And here I was prepared to roll my athletics.
Huh.
Woof.
Those are gonna go.
You fit.
Those 2 are gonna go. That one goes away. That becomes 1. So I have 3 dark side points, 2 light side points, and an advantage.
You can freely use those light side points to give yourself successes if you'd like.
Sure, I'd love to.
Cool, you peel off another another binding. But you did gain 3 dark side points, of course.
I know, this is not going to go well. I see what you have planned for me, sir.
Do you? I don't. I mean, you probably do.
You see the mechanism that's going to get you there.
I haven't been exactly subtle about it, so there's a pretty good chance you know. Cool, so you peel the second cufflink off, and now he's just kind of dangling, not choking, mind you, but dangling by his neck and his feet propped up, still using this force energy.
At this point, I'll start explaining to Luica, thank you for your help. He's been trapped here since the ship has crashed, apparently. He's reaching out and talking to me in some way.
Just to understand as well, when I reached out to touch the bindings, did I feel the force energy?
Yeah, you kind of felt it sort of leave you and move toward Udel, almost like he was siphoning it.
Okay. But the binding, though, do I sense that it's a force thing?
No.
Okay.
Is that a normal thing to be siphoning? Force?
Would I be?
No, it sure isn't.
Would I be coming up by this point?
Yeah, you guys can be, like, now that...
As soon as I feel that, like, after we break the next bond, I would be like, well, hold up, that didn't feel right. Something weird's going on. I just felt I feel drained. That's the closest way I would approximate it, so I would just say I feel drained, like you've not robbed me, but like taken some of my power. I don't understand it, but I can't abide by this, and I would take it like a step back.
Well, I still need your help, Luica. You're still going to have to help me open these bonds. I wouldn't leave you stuck this way. Now influence is coming in.
Okay. So what does that mean for you?
So, this would be a discipline versus discipline check.
Okay.
I get my force die, and if I'm successful in this, then he has to believe that he has to help me.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's 1 red, 1 purple.
It's not an opposed check. I think it's just
well, if it
straight
says
up
discipline versus discipline, then it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 1 red, 1 purple.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I already.
Yep.
Which is going to be 2 and 1. 2 force points.
Well, but you're successful, so
How many did you get?
2.
I got 2 dark side points. However, that is a success and
4 advantage.
4 advantage.
Good night, Friday. Okay. What do you want to do with this advantage?
I would like to extend the, I guess, the feeling that he's almost desperate to help me get him free. Or she's almost desperate to help me get him free.
So I think you'd have to add a little to your explanation of why to add that sense of desperation. Just because I don't know that influence necessarily transfers emotions as
Okay.
opposed to like directly just kind of as a command. But I think if you said the right thing that would entice Luica to help you, it would give that sense of urgency.
Okay. So looking over at Luica when all this is going on, he says he's a Jedi Master, and that the person who helped me is actually trying to deceive me.
And then I would,
I like it.
yeah,
Okay.
that would, even then, I know the influence is going off, but even then the wheels would be turning, and I would jump in.
So when they're pulling apart the last one, they would be screaming again, right?
No, he didn't roll any threat.
Oh,
So
okay.
basically, he's like got a handle on how it happens, and because he's got help from Luica, it makes it easier.
Okay.
All right, cool. So she'll help you again. So same roll,
All right.
5 purples. At this point, you can be coming into the room. Are you, Kuklik, and Igor, are y'all on your way as well, or are y'all
Yeah.
still downloading?
As soon as I was done downloading, we would have left.
Okay, so I think you're a little bit behind Dantoon, but not far behind.
Okay, so you're gonna let him download.
Yeah, it's not really going to take 4 hours.
Okay, because I'd be
That was
I'd be
me
like,
being
no.
Yeah,
I don't
me
care
being-
what's going on down there. They're dying. Too bad.
Yeah.
It's not like you could stop me if you wanted.
So
to.
Daniel is trying to be an agent of chaos, and he wants to help too, and give me his 3 force die.
I have a force rating of 3.
I'm not going to allow it.
That's why I was asking if they're
No,
screaming.
I think because he made that decision, he sees you trying to pull this thing off its neck, and he's like,
I need to help them.
because of who Dantoon is, he would just like, oh, my friends need help. Hey, but you get a boost die too.
Hey, you get a boost die. There you go.
Well,
You get ranks of athletics?
Oh, no, not at all.
Man, this is getting ridiculous.
you haven't rolled hardly any white pips.
No, there's mostly white in there, but
No, it's
not. There are 5 more black pips right there.
oh, it is 5 white. It's even.
You fail, by the way.
Boy, he's got those light side pips.
He does have the light side.
Tidbits.
So those go. Let me go ahead and pull the rest of this nonsense out of the way.
You're welcome.
Had you planned on this going so fast?
Those
No?
will kill that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I decided to introduce this option for getting the stuff off.
So
Okay.
essentially,
It's not the master.
Oh.
3 successes and a threat.
Okay, 3 successes and a threat. So your threat is going to be kind of annoyance at Dantoon, almost. Like, you don't know him, you have no idea, but you do...
Oh, it's a bug! No.
Siphoned off a lot of energy.
with all of that dark side energy, you do feel just a strangely high amount of anger toward him. As his energy pours into you, your frustration begins to mount. And that'll be 1 strain.
Oh, I'm definitely causing a fight at some point.
Good thing you've got your own cyber.
Yeah, I know. I gotta just run and hide behind him real quick.
I'm almost afraid. I got 1 more shackle to get off.
Well,
Don't
you've
worry,
only
I'll
taken
help you
off
with
3,
that.
right?
Yep.
You took off the 2 hands and the neck. Now you gotta do the 2 feet.
Oh, crap.
He can't assist now. I mean, he's mostly unbound at this point, or is it still like that much?
He's
force?
still like held up. Like until he's completely unbound, he's gonna be...
Just trying to understand. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
you would figure at least after the neck maybe came off that it would help free
Yeah.
up the brain stem and power.
And I would have told Igor when he left, just let me know what's going on. Let me know what's going on down there if you need my help. And I'm going to stay in the library.
Udel will look over at Dantoon,
Dantoon.
and having the frustration. I don't need your help. Luica's got this.
I don't understand. We did this way faster as a trio.
Just stop. Don't. I'll reach down and grab the next shackle.
Okay.
Here you go, pal. I'm gonna help.
When
You're helping me into the grave, is what you're helping me into.
when Kuklik tells me to tell him what's going on, if we need help to let him know, I just kind of look back and smirk, as if I would need his help.
There's 6 dark side points.
That's bad.
I didn't think it was going to go this.
I'm just telling you.
I will stop.
You think?
No, I think this is good. Keep going.
All right.
You play your character,
so-
don't metagame.
That's right.
You have no idea that
Well,
that's happening.
I think it wouldn't necessarily be metagaming because if he reacted like that before,
Well, we'll see how he reacts now.
yeah.
Well, I'm
it all
gonna
depends
lose.
on how you react.
Okay. So if this was, I was about to pull that out of there. If this was Legend of the Five Rings, I'd be unmasking very, very quickly. So I'm successful with 2 light side points and 4 more threat.
Oh my goodness gracious alive.
Stop adding to my dice pool.
I'm helping.
Is that what you say to
You're
someone?
helping.
Yeah, I'm helping.
Udel,
It's like holding the flashlight whenever he's working on a car. I'm helping, but
Right? No. It would be
But you
like
keep
holding
dropping it into the car. and
It'd be like
causing
holding a
explosion.
black light when he's trying to work on the car.
Udel, first off, congratulations. Take 2 ranks in discipline.
hey, there you go.
That's nice.
And then make a discipline check.
On what?
I'm just going to make this one simple.
Simple or easy? Because simple's not a
Simple.
check.
Simple is a check. It's a check with no purple dice.
1 dark side point. Alright, so that is 5 success and 3 advantage.
The other shekel, this is the good news, the other shekel pops right off. But you feel such an incredible amount of energy leave your body. That it blows the 3 of you back against the wall. As you walk in.
Oh, no, I'm in the library.
Oh, you let me say it's Igor. Igor, as you walk in, you see the 3 of them flung basically across the room in your direction. And all 3 of you will take 5 wounds that are unignorable.
Igor will catch them.
All 3 of them.
Yes.
Igor.
They
super.
take more damage as they
There's an extra
clothesline
2
in my
wounds
arm.
as we smack into him.
Yes.
They
Now
clothesline
this
in
is
my arm.
happening much
Breaks
faster
into
than I
this.
thought it was going to. But you've got now another force rating.
Bless America.
And you've got the basic unleash force power.
Oh my gosh.
Would that be the unleash / protect, or was it just the unleash?
I think it's got protect on it too, but he's got unleash.
Okay.
I mean, he can use protect if he wants, but he'll have to figure that one out.
I'm going to hell.
The figure falls quickly to the ground. He'll take a couple of wounds himself, but it's fine. He can
Can somebody else have a turn?
handle it.
We're just enjoying this.
I'll need some lube.
I've been trying to give it to him, make things easier. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's been getting it.
Wasn't Daniel doing that?
Yeah, I was lubing up the roll. I kept,
I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say there.
I wouldn't.
Yep, probably not.
Now we just need to get you to flirt with each other. We'll call it a night. Everything will be kosher, like it is every Star Wars night that we.
Absolutely. All right. Yeah, you guys are blasted backward. Igor, as you enter the room, you see them fly across the room, and you see this figure, blue-skinned, that you've never seen before. You've probably seen creatures with blue skin, but not this particular individual. He falls to the ground, takes a couple of wounds, but he can take them. And then he kind of pushes himself up on his hands and knees and looks toward you, Udel. And the look on his face is not fear, but definitely worry.
Can I make a perception check for myself to see if I perceive him as threatening?
Yes.
What would it?
It'll be an average check. Just 2 purple.
Dig out more force die.
Anything I can do, or am I still trying to recover?
I mean, you can stand up. Is there something you want to do?
I was going
2
to
purple, 3
stim pack myself
Okay,
just to
yeah.
take those 5 wounds.
How many purple?
2.
That is a success with 1, or 3 success with 1 threat.
Nice. So you'll take a... I'll say you're going to take a setback on your next roll, just because there's kind of some confusion as to what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Especially with like the information you just took in and kind of just the general happenings going on. So just set one of the setback dice like in front of you so you know on your next check. You'll have to roll that in. But no, you don't perceive this individual to be a threat.
Okay.
I mean, he is a mostly naked humanoid.
Okay.
Do I sense him as a Jedi Master, or do I...
I don't know that you can sense that in that depth.
But do I sense that he is...
He is definitely force sensitive.
Well, also, I wasn't rolling to see if I perceive like him as a threat to me, but if he is trying to be a threat.
No, he's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
with that...
Yeah, the naked humanoid was a joke.
Yeah. since I do
It's not like
sense
nothing's a threat to me. But
Yeah,
Luke-
right, exactly.
that old drilling just kind of comes back.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've...
I mean, you didn't do a ton of training before.
No, but I would take the posture, the stance of, like, student to master, like I would just...
Oh, okay, just like a sense of respect. And
yes, and kind of...
like a military kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so that way, if he pays me heed, then I will respond. But right now, I'm just kind of like eyes down, focused on a spot in front of me, sort of.
What is your discipline?
It is 1, and I have a willpower of 2. So it's 1 red, 1 purple.
Can I borrow 2 of your force die, Mike?
Sure, you can have them.
yeah, those are yours, by the way.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, there are 2 here that are
Oh, okay,
yours.
cool.
And now we have them. But force die.
These are now mine.
Fine. Yeah.
Do I get those pips too?
No. All right, Lucia, you feel a sort of tension grow toward you as this being reaches out in your direction. And he does this to everybody, but really Udel and Lucia are the only ones. Well, I guess in Dantoon you would as well. He succeeded, so he gets toward everyone. You just feel him innately, like, poking around a little bit. Just kind of getting a feel for who you guys are, trying to get a sense of if you're a threat or not.
So he's forcefully probing.
He is forcefully probing.
I love how you would still technically get nothing about me because Lucia has no clue about me, really.
Well, he does this to everybody in the room.
Oh, okay.
So I'm saying you sense that he's like probing into your mind, trying to get some memory or just get a sense of who you are.
Can you do it to me at all?
He cannot. Okay. No, because you're a droid, he has trouble doing that. So he does this kind of prodding and stands up and says, Lucia, that's your name, correct? Or that's what you go by.
Yes, it is.
I knew your... Gosh, how many generations must it be for you now? One of your ancestors. He and I were at the academy together. We were great friends. I think he would be proud of where you are now.
I wouldn't know what to say. That I sometimes don't even know myself half the time, but I guess I've come a long way.
I think you've come to the place you need to be. May the Force be with you.
And to you as well.
Dantoon.
He's just kind of like frozen. It's just like,
I sense that you, well, perhaps I shouldn't say it out loud. Good luck on your journey.
and he just kind of does that while he's like slowly going behind Luica.
Zoidberg's a little bit.
Yeah, he's just like sliding over.
You are not anything like I would picture Rick Cotton.
Well, not just that, but don't forget, you're what? How tall are you exactly?
He's pretty tall.
Yeah,
The Rakatans are very tall.
Yeah, Luica
is like 5 foot.
Yeah,
So he's still just bringing his knees down.
You'd see these eyeballs sticking out.
And that's just a mental picture I have.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
That's awesome.
Okay.
And then he walks over to Udel and offers his hand to you.
Sorry, had to make sure I got that
Yeah,
note.
you're good.
So, Udel will extend his hand and he'll look him in the eyes and I'm glad you're free. Now,
I don't know that you should be.
and this is with utter shock. Why? Did I or did I not help you?
You did. and
Did I not convince my friend to help us?
It will be, if you desire it. I will not force you in any direction. But removing the plague that I am certain Era has put on your soul will be painful.
What else is new?
You won't lose anything that he has given you, but his method is to infect Force sensitives and trade his body from one consciousness to another. In his final breaths in fighting with me, he must have transferred himself into a body that he had been working toward here on Rakata Prime. And as he kind of says that, your memory of what you saw kind of starts to shift a little bit, where you're not seeing a Rakatan anymore, but a massive, like, 2-story droid with hundreds of arms circling around, and this was the thing that had done the operation on you. And also you sense that, like, this was the thing that was talking to you, that offered you the visor, that offered you guidance. And so you kind of get a sense that, like, whatever memory thing that Ara had done to you, this master is kind of peeling away so that you can see the truth of what happened.
Not knowing what to believe, I'd actually kind of like to resist this.
Okay. All right. So let's roll a competitive check. So that's not going to be any difficulty. It's going to be your force versus his force.
Well, you took all my die.
No, you have 3.
Oh, there it is.
Your discipline versus his discipline.
Well, there's an uneven contest.
I know.
He just boosted your discipline, though.
I did. Would you like to spend a light side point to boost it again?
Yes, I would like to upgrade that.
I'm not going to upgrade. I've already got 5 yellows. I don't need to upgrade.
Do I have anything that helps me here? Hold on.
Do you want to help?
The Force is speaking. Alright. So, I would like to use my normal standard second chances.
Okay.
The non-force one.
Okay. How many dark side pips did you get, by the way?
None.
Oh.
Okay. So, at the end of the day, I have 4 successes, 4 advantages, and 5 light side points.
Wow. He got the same amount of successes, 3 advantages, 2 light side points, and a triumph. Each of your light side points can be used as either advantages or successes, whichever you want. Go ahead and make that decision now and just kind of add dice to indicate what you pick, and I'll do the same.
So at the end, I converted that over into a net of 7 successes and 6 advantage.
Okay. You beat him. So you're able to resist. Now, what part of that were you resisting? Just like his influence over you, or
His influence over
memory?
me. The
Okay.
memory. Specifically the memory.
Okay, so you shoot back out of that kind of, like, your memories realigned with what you thought they were. His triumph, though, is that for just a moment, the three of you who are in the room with him see his features kind of shift and mold to look similar to a purple Rakatan. And then they snap back into place.
His or
His.
making sure.
Yeah, Udel's. And that is where we will end this session. It's kind of a shorter one, but I think it's a good spot to close it off.
Yes, it
I think that is.
I can't take any more abuse.
So, man, thanks so much for joining us on Urban Stars. We hope that you've enjoyed this episode and that you'll catch us next week. Until then, keep on adventuring.
Night.
Good night.